Norway is said to be the land of the midnight sun, the northern lights, rugged coastlines, deep fjords, and towering mountains. Well, if New Zealand hadn't been free, surely Norway could have easily been the set for the mythical Middle Earth. My whole married life I've been enduring the legends of the motherland, the Vikings and the notorious fjords of Norway. This hoopla has been spewed by 4 Norwegian flames, these Nordic sirens of East Millcreek. They call it Paulson Pride. So with my nephew and his beautiful, charming wife, I accompanied these adoring sisters to explore what all the fuss and fury the years have endured. And this is what I discovered. Our first stop was Arendal, just 3 hours south of Oslo. This seaside town boasts of being the birthplace of Borghild Paulsen, the grandmother of my traveling partners. To them, she was affectionately known as Mor. Her Norwegian birthright escorted her to the States at age 16 after waving goodbye to her father, who stood weeping on a local seaside inlet. Listening as waves wept their chorus of silent voices, he watched his daughter sail into the distant blue, never to be graced with her presence again. The beauty of Norway was ever present on Mor's persona. It sparkled in her eyes, fashioned her smile, cheered her voice, and warmed her embrace. And why wouldn't it? It would have been nearly impossible to erase from memory the captivating landscapes, the crisp scent of pure air, the colors and the lights so flat, static, yet so intense and brilliant. Norway is one of those places that remains exclusive, with its lifestyle so far from our own, but that is, however, so easy to get used to. Then there's the eternal war of sea and shore that perplexes the soul with mixed emotions. Here, choosing beauty or serenity are inward battles frequently fought in the depths of the human heart. The Kingdom of Norway lies on the west coast of the Scandinavian peninsula and has over 50,000 islands that stretch along its rugged coastline. It's like observing constellations of land in a universe of sea where all your secrets float out to the heart of the listening earth. An infinite expanse of pristine land, Norway is the handiwork of divinity's slow magic that is molded by the rough caress of wind and water. This little corner of the earth is noted for seducing its friends with a taste of immortality. The road to Flom showcases feathery blue mountains floating on the horizon that give way to the tumbling emerald landscape in full autumn dress. Several peaks snagged passing clouds as we teetered on the edge of the world. We felt we were climbing the stairway to heaven, one star at a time. As we boarded our boat, we caught our first stomach-dropping visuals of one of Norway's infamous fjords. My first thought was, it's good to be alive. Our eyes were like fingers touching every visual object. In those moments, blinking became a burden. I was particularly drawn by the sirens of Norway as they gazed into the vast beauty of their ancient homeland. It was as if they could hear the footsteps and whispers of their ancestors welcoming them home. We were immersed in the most ancient melody ever sung, while a blanket of cool Arctic air kissed our cheeks, and the midnight sun sporadically warmed our souls. In those moments, there was no need to speak. Surrounded by 7 hills and 7 fjords, Bergen is a beguiling city, picturesque. It's set between sprawling mountains and zigzagging bays. A walk around town will find it hard not to get swept up into a fairy tale, a wonderland, a mystical world of magic and intrigue. Colorful houses creep up the hillsides, lights flicker off the fjords, and sights, sounds, and smells ricochet the senses. We felt we were transported into the verge of the unknown, while 1,000 different sensations bombarded our emotions. But step by step, moment after moment, we untangled the mysteries of this charming Nordic village This was a dawning of a new life, where hidden potential beckoned us around every corner. After putting Bergen in our rearview mirror, the Arctic Circle was now in our crosshairs. Slowly but surely, we made our way to Boda, where we caught the ferry to the Lofoten Islands. This was a place we most eagerly anticipated, so much so that we were almost too nervous to arrive. These remote islands were the home of Abel Paulsen, the Viking maidens of Norway grandfather. Embraced by the ancient rhythms of the past, waves of history pushed its way into the present, ratifying the sacred bond these girls felt toward their father's father. As the ferry closed in on the islands, the mountain contours grew from distant silhouettes to solid masses of awe-inspiring rock. From a distance, the hills seemed to roll like waves behind the dark, stormy sea. The midnight sun suppressed its glorious golden glows as daylight sank deeper and deeper into the darkness. So eager were these sisters to touch sacred ground that breathing became a conscious act. As they stepped off the ferry, an aura of reverence filled the moment, while the weight of history and the power of memory rested softly on their tired, sustained shoulders. With eyes smiling, their warm, beautiful faces gleamed like jewels in the midnight sun. While up at the elusive Arctic Circle, we felt a million miles from nowhere, out strutting on the blue Norwegian Sea and listening to the songs of our ancestors. The whole heavens were bright aglow as all the secrets of the universe whispered in our eyes and the silence of nature sang in our ears. Every term provided moments of awe and tranquility. What tongue can tell the majesty of it? To say this astonishing beauty is a consequence of some cosmic explosion seems utterly absurd. Only a divine hand, possessing perfect love, can mold something so magnificent, so stunning, so inspiring as to free you from all the intricate webs of life. Truly, the exquisiteness of this land and sea, cradled in the arms of Nordic culture, affirms to me that God is present in all things.